Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Following a disastrous wedding day, Taylor says these 8 words to Ridge. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor Hayes will experience a range of emotions in the upcoming episodes. It's clear that Taylor has some insecurities about her connection with Ridge Forrester, but she will try her hardest to move over them. Ridge will fulfill Taylor's wedding request and consent to remarrying her once she proposes. Taylor will be ecstatic about that, and will attempt to persuade herself that Ridge is committing to her for the rest of her life. Naturally, Taylor ought to be aware by now of Ridge's poor performance history. Ridge's promise is essentially meaningless, because he has vacillated so much over the years. It's possible that Brooke Logan will always be the woman Ridge secretly desires. Taylor will not emerge victorious from this love triangle, regardless of the ring that she wears. B&B is acting as though Ridge deserves all of this attention, even though he isn't a treasure worth fighting for anyway. But eventually, Taylor will realize that getting back together with Ridge was a mistake. Ridge is about to make a revelation that might confirm Brooke was correct about his true emotions. The truth will surface as soon as Brooke and Ridge argue about his engagement news. Ridge seems to acknowledge that his decision to remain with Taylor may have been motivated by guilt and a desire to save her further suffering. Given Taylor's history of broken heart syndrome, Ridge doesn't want to ruin her anymore after causing her more than enough grief. Because of this, Ridge might go with this wedding, but it doesn't appear like he and Taylor will get married. If he decides against lying to Taylor, Ridge may abandon her at the altar. Alternatively, she may come to terms with Brooke's reality and abandon him. In any case, it appears that the wedding is about to end badly. This leads us to Taylor's final 8 words to Ridge. "You've broken my heart for the last time." Will Taylor make the decision that enough is enough at last? Will Taylor ever again allow herself to think that Ridge might be her future? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor could need to change her viewpoint on genuine love, so keep an eye out. Luna reveals on camera her intention to hurt Steffi with Will. Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester continue to celebrate their engagement at the Forrester house. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Taylor pondered how Eric Forrester would respond to their big announcement. Before telling Ridge that it was finally time for them to be happy, Taylor eagerly anticipated updating Steffi and Thomas Forrester. Brooke Logan was overflowing with happiness to see Hope Logan back at Forrester Creations. Brooke promised to speak with Ridge about bringing her line back, as Hope still yearned for it. Though she believed her mother deserved more, Hope made hints that Brooke also wanted a romantic resurrection with Ridge. Brooke stated that Nick Marone told her the same thing when he had visited. Nick's pursuit of Brooke encouraged Hope, who felt that he would be just what her mother needed at this moment. Brooke insisted that Ridge still had her heart nevertheless. Nick showed up in the doorway after Brooke portrayed Ridge as her fate and promised to return. Hope hugged Nick and said she hoped to see him again while he was in town. Nick intimated that he had something he needed to tell Brooke face-to-face once they were alone, and Brooke finally concluded it must be something negative. After Nick came clean about what he saw at Il Giardino, Brooke was taken aback by Taylor's marriage proposal and Ridge's acceptance. Luna Nozawa continued to try to impress Will Spencer at her apartment, while Nick told Brooke about Ridge and Taylor's engagement. Electra Forrester found it difficult to see all the kisses and listen to Will discuss their breakup after he made out with Luna. Electra was promptly reminded by Steffi that it was merely a performance. Even though watching all of this on the video feed was difficult, Electra knew Will was taking action to keep Steffi and her family safe, including herself. Bradley Baker, the deputy chief, also assured Electra that Will would have backup on hand in case something went wrong. Will allegedly pressed the brakes with Luna in the following episode, because he didn't want her to believe he was merely using her for a sexual encounter. Will feigned sympathy for Luna's previous hardships and suggested they might be more. Following her tirade against Papi Nozawa, Luna cried at her father's eventual discovery. Luna went on a rampage about that bitch Steffi ruining her hopes of dating John Finnegan as a result. Luna made it plain that she would not tolerate it, and disclosed her strategy to ensure that Steffi would never again be an issue. Finn yelled at the Cliff House that the remark was intended to cause harm, but it appears Baker will demand they require more before long. Finn is thrilled when Luna reveals plans to ensure that Steffi is never a problem again. while Brooke is shocked by Ridge's engagement. Baker forced Will to wear a wire while he imprisoned Luna, and Ridge consents to marry Taylor. Nick keeps listening in on Taylor and Ridge's conversation about how happy they make each other at Il Giardino. To their engagement they exchange kisses. According to Taylor, she is a modern lady pursuing her goals, which include him. They continue kissing. Ridge and Taylor are excited to be engaged and return to Eric's house. She acknowledges that she didn't get his dad's approval, and worries about his reaction to their news. He tells her that his father only wants them to be happy and loves her. She assures him that their children would be ecstatic for them, and that this is their moment. He makes fun of her telling their grandchildren that he proposed at a subpar Italian restaurant. Phoebe must be grinning down at them, she is certain. She has recovered thanks to him, and they have a promising future. Brooke expresses to Hope her happiness about returning to Forrester. She will discuss bringing her line back to life with Ridge. Hope is certain that her mother is still interested in rekindling her romance with Ridge. Before Hope interrupts, Brooke reflects on her most recent rendezvous with Ridge in Italy. Hope tells her mother that she is more deserving than Ridge. According to Brooke, Nick said the same thing to her. Hope inquires as to why and for how long he will be returning. According to Brooke, he doesn't spend much time on land. Her daughter believes he has returned to get back in touch with her. Brooke acknowledges that it seems like they haven't spent any time together. He made her laugh a lot and gave her a sense of specialness and love. However, as Ridge is her fate, her heart remains with him. Hope leaps into Nick's arms as he enters. She hopes he will stay to provide for her mother. Nick clarifies that he won't be departing as quickly as he had anticipated due to a recent development. Hope lets them handle things on their own. Brooke is informed by Nick that her daughter is amazing. What has changed to keep him in Los Angeles longer, wonders Brooke. She encourages him to come out with it even if she assumes it is horrible. According to Nick, he spotted Ridge and Taylor, and she asked him to marry her. Brooke is taken aback. Ridge agreed. Nick adds. Elektra remarks at the Cliff House that it's quite difficult to see Will attempt to portray Luna. This may be the only evidence that Luna intends to pursue Steffi, as Baker, Steffi, and Finn reiterate. She asks Will to demonstrate his desire for her at Luna's. Unless he requests it, she vows not to bite. Will begins kissing her to show that he is not afraid. Luna drags her hands through his hair, wanting more. Steffi is telling Elektra that Will doesn't want it, while she is squirming at the Cliff home. Will is constantly being pressured by Luna to demonstrate his desire for her. There will be plenty of time for them, he says. He believes they may be more than simply sex and doesn't want to use her for that. She begins to talk about how difficult her life has been because of her mother's man-chasing behavior, when he says he wants to listen to her. She always hoped for security and safety. She felt as though a hole in her heart had been filled when she encountered Finn. Her greatest wish came true when she found him, but that bitch Steffi continues ruining everything. Steffi smirks as she listens and shakes her head. Luna complains that Steffi, like her drugged-up mother, gets everything she wants. Steffi is depriving Luna of the love and acceptance she believes she is entitled to. She intends to ensure that Steffi is never an issue for her again, and has no intention of going peacefully. Resolving Liam's exit, significant storyline errors and dramatic fixes. According to teasers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer has come to terms with his future, because he is coping with an incurable brain tumor. Liam wants to make the most of his remaining time because he knows he is headed for a dismal future. But the show isn't doing a very good job of facilitating that. First of all, the plot of Liam's tumor has thus far notably lacked Beth Spencer. Given that Liam wants to make as many memories as possible with his girls, Beth's presence could be quite beneficial to this plot. We've seen Liam hanging out with Kelly Spencer, Sophia Parras, which has undoubtedly touched people's emotions and given the approaching loss a greater sense of importance. But since the program should be making the most of this kind of plot, Liam needs to spend some time on screen with his second daughter as well. They need to spend some time with on screen before Liam leaves. Talking about what he's done with Beth off camera just doesn't have the same effect. Liam is usually too solitary, which brings us to another problem. Although we can appreciate the show's decision to put Liam in the Cliff home, he now spends the majority of his time in scenes that are repeated. He is constantly with John Finnegan and Steffi Forrester. Liam needs to be honest with his family if he is indeed going to die, which we think he might given the way this plot is developing. As Liam's terrible destiny draws near, his circle of trust must grow in order for him to properly bid goodbye to his loved ones. Liam's tumor plotline hasn't helped the CBS soap opera get any traction. With all of the turmoil surrounding Luna Nozawa and the romantic drama involving Brooke Logan, it seems difficult for the CBS soap opera to maintain equilibrium. It's a serious issue that needs the proper treatment, time, and attention if Liam is actually being wiped out.